Hey everybody, XEI here. Welcome back. Another quick update. The cold is starting to go away, so I'm starting to ramp up my production again because I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not all doped up on Tylenol sinus and all the other crap that was in me. Quick little update on games purchased because of Boxing Day, because of Steam sales. Now, I think almost all of my games, like 90% of the games on my wish list, were on sale. There were a few that I definitely wanted, but because of the whole time economy thing, I don't have time to play all these games. I didn't buy everything I wanted to buy. I let some go so that I could leave, I don't know, some open for humble bundles in 2018. I've just given myself some wiggle room here so that I can invest in some humble bundles and get a bunch more games that I have no time to play. But I did get two of them, three technically, but three technically. I got the first one. I did end up getting This War of Mine. I checked out the Steam page on it. It looks like a remarkable game. Thanks for the suggestion. I'm almost absolutely bringing it to the channel. I did want to record a reaction to the trailers for This War of Mine. They blew me away. I wish I recorded it. I didn't. I couldn't wait. My God, it looks like a beautiful experience of a game. So that's coming to the channel. The second one I bought because I have seen it in humble bundles. For whatever reason, I didn't get that bundle back in the day, but I do want it because of the potential collaboration opportunity. Because did I even talk about the game yet? I probably didn't. Don't Starve. So I got Don't Starve and I got Don't Starve together. So I'm hoping to play that game. It looks fun. It looks interesting. It looks like a good old time with some friends, and so I got it. And there's a couple other people I know who play it, but anyways, we'll see what happens in 2018. That's all I got. I wanted to get more, like I said, but I'm going to put it off. I'm going to put it off because I got other things I have to play. Next thing I want to talk about, very strange things have happened in the last 5 days. Very strange. So you know how I said the whole, I would love to reach 1,000 subs. That's kind of been this goal of mine when starting on YouTube, starting this channel in particular. When I started this channel, it was meant to be about a lot more than just games. If anything, games weren't at all a part of this channel when it started, before it had the name XEI Gaming. It got that name because after a couple months and because of how prolific the gaming content started being on this channel, I ended up just committing to the fact that the channel was going to be a gaming channel. Ended up moving some of the earlier vlog stuff into time-lapse art and stuff like that. I ended up moving them to my personal channel again because that's where they came from. Unfortunately, I lost the numbers on whatever the first time around. But anyways, so that went back over there, and I was going to then explore things on that personal channel. Okay, so then I started exploring reaction videos. I've never been into reaction videos. I personally do not watch reaction videos. I barely have time to watch shows that I want to watch, much less rewatch shows that someone else is watching. But the thing I got out of the XEI Gaming channel is there was that encouragement for me to game again, and it's something I really enjoy doing. So the channel gave me that back, and I love the community on this channel, and it's made me want to keep doing it more. And so then I apply that same logic to what's going to get me to just catch up on these damn shows that I want to watch. Try not to swear. I'm like reaction channel. I'm gonna do some reactions and see if I can finally watch Rick and Morty. And so I got that going on the personal channel, and it actually, they blew up. The first 3 episodes blew up on that personal channel in like 2 days. Oh my God, I think episode 1 got over 1,000 views, 1,500. I don't even remember where it stopped, but it stopped because it got a copyright claim. And then I got into this whole phase of like figuring out, what the hell am I? How are other people doing reaction videos? What is this copyright claim? I really love things that have to do with public domain, fair use, the fair use clause on copyright, and just like how all of that is developing inside the market. I spent maybe 2 months researching the hell out of reaction videos, and not how to do them. I mean, how to do them is the easy thing. How to do them while reinforcing the fair use clause, or get as close as possible, or at least get to the point where a copyright claim is demonetization, but it's not 160 plus country blockage, which is what happened to the first 3 Rick and Morty videos. If they get blocked and no one can see them, then why am I wasting my time editing and producing these things to put them online, right? I would let me just watch the show and be done with it. But I wanted that community again. There's an energy to that experience, and I personally believe that experience, it does have value when it comes to the whole fair use clause of transformative products. So the idea of the transformative clause on fair use is that you have to transform something enough so that the transformed product doesn't replace the original product. As soon as it replaces, like if someone doesn't have to go back and experience the original product, that's when it becomes a copyright issue that you're going to lose in court. You are going to lose it in court. And I don't want any part of that. I want to have an experience on YouTube that focuses more on that back and forth, the comments being part of the experience, because I truly believe that is part of the experience that does not exist with the original content. And I just think that YouTube eventually needs to take some sort of stance like they took with gaming to make reaction videos sort of be able to be produced in a way so that they aren't going to completely get destroyed by copyright claims. And I say this fully supporting the copyright holder to take all the rights that they deserve. That's never something I think that's where the things break down with reaction videos as they exist on YouTube today. You can't just stream content and laugh once in a while or be shocked once in a while. Or you can't do that. You can't do that, people. So it's illegal. Flat out, it's illegal. It's never going to win in court. And really, the way that this is going to turn around is when enough lawsuits happen, so that it starts creating a foundation in the court systems to define what's allowed and what's not, and to create more absolutes with those boundaries. I think that they're very gray for a reason. It's going to be up to a judge to decide how this moves forward. So anyways, well, holy crap, that was a derailed rant. I moved the reaction videos from my personal channel to a new channel, a third one called XEI Reacts. And I'm like, one day I'll go back to Rick and Morty and I'll deal with this thing. I'll see what this, I'll try it again after I research some more. So I did. I went back to it 5 days ago. I posted again. I posted a new Rick and Morty React, and I started Stranger Things, and it blew up. It blew up, relatively speaking, compared to my 2-year experience with the XEI Gaming. It blew up. It got 250 subscribers in the last 5 days. That's not to say I'm all of a sudden going to shift and do reaction videos instead of gaming. Absolutely not. The gaming channel is my primary focus. It's the thing I want to put most of my time into. The reaction videos are something, it's like I have time and I want to watch things again. And so I'm going to start that second community there and have fun doing it. But I'm saying it here because that whole 1,000 subscriber, while that was a really long way for me to get back around to talking about the goal of reaching 1,000, I ended up getting it before the year ended. And if you remember a very early vlog at the beginning of this year, which maybe I'll talk about in my next, when I talk next, it's the 10 things you want to try to achieve in the year. Like, it's this list I do every year at the beginning of every year, 10 things I would like to achieve this year. And one of them was to reach 1,000 subs. Yeah, so the goal of trying to reach 1,000, somehow I pulled it off because if I were to add those channels together, which they were supposed to be, again, a long way of coming back to something that started this conversation, they were supposed to be the same channel and they were supposed to be the same initiative. And I split them up because I think it helps organize the way I execute on ideas. It just helps organize the content. And more importantly, I wanted to respect audience interests. And that's something that's not always a driver for YouTube channels. And maybe it's just because of what I do in my day job. It's just how I analyze things. I'm a product manager. In the digital space, I do analytics. I do competitor assessments. I do marketing strategy. So it's difficult for me to step out of those shoes sometimes. I really try to do that with these channels, but it's very difficult because I've been doing it for so long. And so part of the answer for me is I have to segment my strategies so that the viewers are where they belong. And I believe when the viewers are where they belong, it's a lot more effective for your growth strategy. I mean, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and talk about the whole business side of things, because again, I'm not treating these channels like a business, but I think in that way, you know what I'm saying? So where I want to go with this, because there's a point. I sort of had a point. I'm meandering a lot, but I do have sort of beats I want to hit along the way. What does that mean? It means that I started releasing these XEI Reads things for the Dragon Age novels on my personal channel. I feel like I need to put them here. I feel like they belong on the XEI Gaming channel. It's going back to the whole, that's where the audience is. This is where I'm playing the Dragon Age games. This is where I feel like it would be mostly appreciated. It was a weird decision I made to put them on the XEI personal channel. I felt like I was going to do more in terms of the reading and all that stuff there, and it would just be a home for it. But in hindsight, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I have put stuff to do with? It's just for the same reason. Why did I do reacts there? I mean, because maybe Nuno XEI channel was going to be reactions, but because of the growth that happened with the Rick and Morty stuff, I ended up having that dread, like this dread in me again, where I was like, oh no, this channel is going to turn into a reaction channel, and then that's all it's going to be, and I'm not going to be able to be creative again, or it's not that I'm not going to be able, you know what I mean? These aren't limiters, but they become limiters. They become limiters to me, because again, that mindset comes in about the audience is here for a certain reason. I start caring more about the audience and why they're there and why they're subscribing, and that's a meaningful action to take, and I don't want to disrespect that. And so I sort of like stop doing things for myself so that I can not disrespect others, and that's just how I am, And it's strange to talk about on this vlog, but it's because I just want to let you guys know I'm bringing the Dragon Age novel stuff back, and there was already some awesome comments that happened with those two episode releases that I hate when I move content and I lose the comments. It hurts. It hurts because these are so good. These comments are so good. They're so rich. So hopefully I'll find a way. Like I'll work with those users to maybe recreate the comment threads if I were to move the videos, if that sounds like something that you'd be cool with. It also allows people who ended up going to that channel to subscribe just in case I did stuff there. I mean, you're welcome to stay, but if you went there specifically to get updates on the Dragon Age novel content, feel free to unsubscribe. Again, those things, just be where you think is the best place for you to be. That channel is going to be a little bit chaotic, and that's what you sign up for. But I would like it to be more about just the creative part of my life. I need to have a place for that, and this year sort of threw off a lot of my goals in that space because of what happened with my dog. Diagnosed with diabetes. It's an untreatable disease. I give him 2 needles a day, 1 in the morning, at night. Then he went blind on me within a 24 to 36 hour period, like a month later. And so I stopped going into the office, for example. I've been working from home almost permanently since June. To help re-assimilate him to his surroundings and retrain him to know where I am, how to get food, how to ask to go outside. I have to carry him outside. It's been a weird last 6 months. It's super disruptive to the whole channel like momentum that I had going on. If you guys are wondering why things kind of got shaky, there's plenty of reasons that happened this year that could have taken me off the rails more than they did. So I will attribute it to the community, to be honest. I wanted to have those interactions in the comments the way we've been having, and it just inspired me to keep coming back and do this. So thank you for that. I derailed again. I had a point that I was going to make about the channels thing. I'm thinking of maybe starting a channel for XEI Reads or something. I just want to be able to separate that off. So novels that have to do with video games are going to be here. Anything that I do that's outside of that, in particular comics are going to go over there, and it's just going to be another way for me to segment audiences appropriately, and then just have a growth strategy for that subscriber base, that community, be more appropriate to the audience. I don't know if that made sense. I think I'm starting to rant again and go all over the place. I will also say that production efforts have gone up, so it's not like me splitting my attention on these things actually takes more time, because I don't do these other things unless I can get time back. Also part of the whole thing I do in the day job, blah, blah, blah. But it's like time efficiency and time economy. It's like trying to reduce how long something takes to do, get more optimized so that you can produce more or you can innovate more, etc., 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 etc. And so I did an update on Windows that allowed me to finally get my webcam to work with my capture software. I now have everything syncing into a capture software, which means I've reduced all of that extra effort in post-production while editing videos, which was then, it would take like 3 hours to export a 45-minute video. It's now taken about, I don't know, 30 minutes. So that's a huge savings, because if something's exporting for 3 hours, I can't edit anything else for 2.5 hours, right? So if I can do it in half an hour, it means I get 2.5 hours back, or I can just edit something else. You know what I mean? I don't have to walk away from my computer and waste that part of my day because I'm like, I gotta wait for this thing to export. I can't do anything else. So that's kind of exciting. I'm now the only thing that's happening, and I might be noticing it right now in the camera, is that I'm having a lip sync issue for some reason that's happening between my mic and my camera. I think that happened in the last Mass Effect video. I'm sorry. I'll try to figure out what the hell's going on. I think it's just because the camera's too far from the mic. I don't know. That's getting technical. Who cares? I'm going to wrap this thing up because I'm starting to talk again more than I need to, because I could just make another video tomorrow or another video right before New Year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end this here. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire. Catch you next time. Peace.